Okay, so we're still with year 8 algebra. We're moving on now to directed numbers. So which temperature is higher, 8 degrees C or 5 degrees C? I hope we're all in agreement that 8 degrees C is a wee bit higher up than 5 degrees C. What about minus 8 degrees C or minus 5? Let's think about our thermometer. We don't need to draw it, but here would be 0. Up on this one here, we had our 5 and our 8, so 5 would have been here, and 8 would have been here, so that's definitely higher. But down here, we have minus 5, and we have minus 8. You don't need to draw this out every single time, but it's just to show you. So the higher up one's actually minus 5. So my answer here then is minus 5 degrees C. Just using that format. 3 or minus 1 is going to be 3 degrees C. Minus 6 or minus 7. So again, this picture our thermometer. 0, minus 6, minus 7. So the higher one's minus 6. And then minus 6 or 6 is here, 0 is here, minus 6 is here, so 6 degrees C is going to be higher than that. Use positive or negative numbers to describe the following statements. 3 minutes before a train leaves the station. I would have that then as minus 3. It's minus 3, so it's 3 minutes before we go. A debt of £100, again, that's a negative 100. A ball thrown in the air 5 meters high. I would have that as a plus 5, and a lottery win of £200. I would have a plus 200 there as well. Hopefully we all agree with those. Example 3, and let's check we're on the right page. I think we are. At 6 p.m. it was minus 3 degrees C. 3 hours later it was 2 degrees cooler. What is the temperature at 9 p.m? So 2 degrees colder than minus 3. So we have our 0, minus 3, and 2 degrees colder then it's going to be minus 5. Model airplane is flying at 50 meters. It descends by 30 meters. What height is it flying at now? So it's just 50, take away 30. So it's now traveling at 20 meters. Use a number line to help you with these questions. Write either greater than or less than. Let's see if we can get a big number line drawn here, because it's going to be helpful for a lot of questions as we go along here. So how far does it go? Minus 7, I think, is it? 7, 6, 0 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, minus 7, and minus 8. Remember, it depends what way you do these. Obviously the crocodile eats the bigger number and whatever. So 5 is here, 7 is here. 5 is smaller than 7, so we do the smaller end of the 5. Minus 3 and 1, here's minus 3. Here's 1, so again minus 3, smaller. So go that way. Minus 2 and minus 5, here's minus 2, here's minus 5, so minus 5 is smaller. We want to go that way there, and then we'll move up slightly for that, hopefully you can still see everything. Minus 3 and minus 7, there's minus 3, there's minus 7 smaller, so we end up then with that. Write the next two numbers in the sequence. 4, 3, 2, obviously it's going to be a 1 and a 0. 5, 3, 1, this one's going down in 2, so if I take 2 away from that I get minus 1, then the number with minus 3. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 4, it looks like it's multiplying here by 2, so the next one would be minus 8, and then minus 16. 2, 0, minus 2, that's going down in 2s, so minus 4 then, and minus 6. Okay. This next one, I'm going to fold my piece of paper here so we can use a number line for it. And this is the way we're going to go. Ignore the wee 5 and the 7 there, that's okay. So it says find the following, plus 3 minus minus 2. I'm going to talk you through this and how I end up doing these questions so we can take a wee look. If there's two signs beside each other, I tend to mostly ignore the brackets. There's a couple of exceptions to that, but I would ignore the brackets. And if there's two signs beside each other, I exchange it for 1. So if it's two pluses, I exchange it for a plus. If it's a plus and a minus, I exchange it for a minus. Minus and a plus is a minus, and a minus and a minus is a plus. So I would do this one as follows. A few lines here. Get rid of my brackets. Plus 3 minus minus 2. Plus 3. 2 minuses beside each other. I can exchange that for a plus. Plus 3 plus 2. I go to my number line. You know what, I'm going to refold it because that's just really confusing. I'm making a mess here. It's really hard to fold something that's already been folded. Yeah, that's going to just the way it worked for us. And anytime I do these questions, now it seems really silly, like you do this when you do a P2. So anytime I do these now, I go to my number line. Always start at 0. Plus 3 means I go this way. And then plus 2 means I go this way. So the answer to that is 5. Seems very silly doing it that way, but it'll hopefully give you the idea whenever you see some of these other questions and as we do them. So let's see. What does Mr. Reed do for this? I get rid of my brackets. Minus 2 plus minus 4. Can you see any beside each other? There's a plus and a minus. So I'm going to exchange my plus and a minus. I'm going to come down the sheets here. Plus and a minus, I'm going to exchange in for a minus. So that's minus 2 minus 4. If it's a plus in front of it, I go this way here. If it's a minus in front of it, I go this way here. I always start at 0, so that's a minus 2, so I go to minus 2. Minus 4, I go minus 4, and then that gives me a minus 6. Alright, same again, get rid of my brackets. Plus 5 minus plus 3, plus 5 minus plus, two signs together, minus plus, I exchange that then for a minus. If there is a plus sign in front of it, I go this way. If there's a minus sign in front of it, I go this way. I always start at 0. Plus 5. So I go to here. Minus 3 means I go 3 that way there. So my answer will be 2. Let's look at part D. Get rid of my brackets. Plus 9 minus minus 3 plus minus 5. Do you see two signs beside each other? I do. So first of all, minus minus, I exchange that for a plus. Plus minus, I exchange that then for a minus. And I end up then with minus 5. My number line will be big enough here, but we're all smart people. I'm sure we can work this out. Always start at 0. Plus 9, I go this way to 9. Plus 3, I keep going. That takes me then to 12. Minus 5 means I come back this way here. So I'm at 12, take away 5. So my answer for that one then is going to be 7. For multiplying, weirdly, I then get to use this thing again. This works for two things. It works for what we've just done, but it also works if you're multiplying two positive numbers, the answer is a plus. If you multiply a positive and negative, the answer is a negative. Negative, positive. So it works for actually multiplication and division. So that's going to help us here. So in this case, this is a positive number. This is a negative number. I ignore those to start with and I just do 3 times 2. And I get 6. Positive and negative. A positive and negative gives me a negative, so my answer then is minus 6. I ignore the negatives. I do 2 times 4 and I get 8. I look at my wee sheet. Negative and a negative gives me a positive, so I just keep that then as an 8. Minus 15 divided by 3. I ignore the negative. 15 divided by 3 gives me 5. And then it's a negative number divided by a positive, so the answer then is negative. Next one's similar actually. I ignore the signs. 25 divided by 5 gives me 5, and negative divided by a positive, just like above, gives me then enough. And that's us then for our directed numbers.